Hi, Wes Lee, and welcome to the Mesonet Weather Report. It seems lately that we get a forecast for significant precipitation, but when the front moves through, it only amounts to lackluster amounts. That was definitely the case earlier this past week when expectations for rainfall far exceeded what actually fell. The 5-day rainfall map from Wednesday shows 0 to trace amounts for most sites. Only Kay County was fortunate enough to get a half inch or more. It has been quite a while now since parts of the Northwest and Panhandle have seen much in the way of rain. Parts of Woods and Woodward counties have not seen a quarter inch of rain in over 3 months as seen on this map. As we move into some of the critical times of year for agriculture, we are seeing some issues in that area with soil moisture levels. This 2-inch fractional water index map from midweek shows shallow water is limited in much of the Northwest. Fractional water means the sensor is as wet as it can read at 1 and as dry as possible at 0. Our deepest sensor is at 24 inches. Here there is a little more moisture in the Northwest, but it gets drier in the Panhandle. Let's hope the forecast for this weekend actually delivers on the rain expected. Gary's up next with some longer-term rainfall information.
Thanks, Wes, and good morning, everyone. Well, the word of the day is actually 2 words, and that is flash drought. Let's take a look at that new drought monitor map and see where we're at. Way too much color added to the map this week. Now across much of north central through at least the eastern part of the Panhandle, we have a moderate drought and even a little bit more of severe drought in a few counties up there in northwestern Oklahoma. But also notice across parts of east central Oklahoma, we have more moderate drought as well as up in northeastern Oklahoma. So really across the northern third of the state and the east central portions of the state, we have increased those colors dramatically. The yellow colors, that stands for abnormally dry conditions. Not strictly a drought designation itself, but it does show areas that are in danger of going into drought much more quickly due to this flash drought if we don't get significant rainfall. We're really concentrating on the 90-day time period from the Mesonet. So we'll look at these 90-day rainfall maps. We do see, the southeastern 2/3 of the state. The colors look good. Now, of course, up in the northwestern third of the state, all that green, that signifies less than 2 inches for the most part. But when you go to the departure from normal rainfall map for that same 90-day period, then it starts to become more clear. Those yellows and oranges, those are less than 2 inches below normal, all the way up to 4.5 inches below normal in those areas. So lots of deficits across the state, and unfortunately when we look across much of the rest of the state, even though we're not in those yellow or orange colors, we are in deficits of 1/2 inch to nearly 2 inches. So things to watch over the next couple of weeks. Will we get targeted rainfall in these areas, or do we start to spread these areas to the south and also to the east from that northwestern Oklahoma center part, I guess you would say, of that flash drought? But also we worry about those areas across east central Oklahoma that are also in danger of going into drought, at least when you look at this deficit map for the last 90 days. So we're certainly not unfamiliar with flash droughts here in Oklahoma. We have had a few big ones over the last few years. Hopefully this doesn't turn into another. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.